change tires. There is a donut tire, not the donut that you eat, double chocolate. It's a round space saver tire. In the trunk underneath the mat, there is a fold up jack. It goes up and down like a little accordion. And then there's a long handle. So you get out the spare tire, you get the car over to the side of the road, you look because people will run you over. And you want to show you what you need. And I think something her best friend, his dad was there and I thanked him, but you need to learn how to change a tire, go through it, and I'll show you some of those things. What do you do if there's a road lane merges, but no one lets you in? Hold on. Something just crashed. So if the road lane ends, okay.
Recording in progress.
If the road lane ends, you want to get over early. What I found, and some of your questions may have disappeared in the chat. It just logged out, came back in. You might have to put your questions in again. It just popped up. So if the road lane ends, you got to get over early. Early on in my career, when I started driving students, I thought, hey, they can get over in time, but they can't. And cars will cut us off and you'll be nervous. So I try to get my students over early so you don't get cut off. Some cars won't let you in. You're going to have to retype your questions. It did crash. So can you please type those in again for me? It will be helpful because we're helping our community. So get over early. A lot of people won't let you in. And early on in my career, 19 years ago, 18 years ago, I was thinking, hey, they're 15, they're 16. People will let them in. No, people won't let you in. Get over early. Don't wait until the last second. What notes should I go over? You go over everything, Lydia. You go over all the notes. The Kahoots have been really good. All the elements I'm hitting, the road signs, pavement markings, those will help you. How hard is it to enter a expressway? Peyton, it's not that hard. Because you know how to drive. No. Things like, true. You have to get up to speed. A lot of beginning drivers, and I like these questions, so I'm gonna put my notebook. A lot of beginning drivers go too slow. Here's the ramp, and you should be at 35, 40, 45, but you stay at 35. And by the time you get down to the bottom, you don't have enough speed. And then now we're in panic mode. A semi truck is coming. Someone flying in a car is coming. Therefore, in less than 150 feet, you're on the expressway. Going 70, they're going 80, they're going 90. So you got to really be up in your expressway game. The internet's a little unstable. And what I've learned around that 5th or 6th drive, we should be going on an expressway. Everyone's a little bit different. And I try to get you on soon, get you comfortable, make sure you understand those things are important. What if someone doesn't let you merge on the expressway? You got to either go over the top of them or squeeze your brakes and go in behind them. It's either or. This is why when we're merging an expressway, I'm looking at the lane ending ahead. I'm like, oh my God, we're running out of time. And a lot of you, and I'll get the steering wheel, a lot of you just, la, 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 la. You got to go because we will get cut off. When you rear end someone, what happens after that? Well, in our state, if you rear end someone, you get the ticket because you don't have control over your vehicle. Every state is different. We are an at-fault state. So if you rear end someone, you're at fault, you're following too close, you want to make sure everyone is okay, take a picture of the damage, take a picture of their license plate, exchange information, don't admit fault. And once everyone is okay, get off to the side of the road because people rubberneck. Oh my God, that's Jackie. You want to make sure everyone's okay. And then take pictures, maybe shoot a little video because it's going to be your word against their word in court. And a lot of people have a big imagination. And then, well, this girl hit me and smashed in my trunk. Lady, your trunk was already smashed. There was rust on it from 10 years ago, but maybe you scratched her bumper, okay? During 71, how old is, okay, reading correctly, I think you have to be 14.8 or 14.9 to get in. be tapping in the question. If there is not a physical barrier, you have to stop. If there's a brick wall, then you don't. That's going to be on the test. How should you stop on ice? You want to squeeze your brake. You want to stop really soft or slow down because you will slide. It's called black ice. We need some more questions. Come on, I need questions in here. I'm trying to help the community. We're trying to help the community put in some more questions, right? I've changed up the format a little bit, giving you some more front end work, right? And while you guys are thinking some more questions, I want to talk about the in-car and what you should be doing. Drive one, the basics, right foot only, right? Drive one, only use your right foot. You don't use your left. Hand over hand. I'm reading from the manual. It says hand over hand. It doesn't say, let me get this. It doesn't say put your left hand down to the bottom of the wheel and overturn. It's my job to teach you, right? It's my job to teach you that. Stop lines. First drive. The ball your foot. Right and left turns. We do a lot of turns going into the neighborhood. You're going to make 12 right turns. You're going to make 12 left turns. Right turns, hand over hand, looking where you're going. Left turn, hand over hand, looking where you're going. Some of you are still looking at the steering wheel, still looking at you're doing this. Meanwhile, we're hitting a curb. Meanwhile, you didn't see the light changing. I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. I understand you're nervous. I'm going to have the driver's head gloves on, but I have to teach you. I'll put the steering wheel in the middle. I have to teach you, right? I'm just reading. And turning in the proper lane. Some of you turn in the wrong lane. Speed control. A majority of this should be residential, right? Drive two, review. Drive one, simple right and left turns. If the student is not doing well on the basics, work on them. If you're not doing well on the basics, we work. We go to the school, and when you say, why are we here? We're here to work on the basics. I want to continue to talk about this. Listen. And it says work on left and rights, traffic signals, do lane changing. Okay, you got to look over your left shoulder, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. It doesn't mean look over your shoulder and turn the wheel and go off the lane. Please, I'm trying to review, and for many of you, you're listening and confused this world. Next, this is also a good time to drive over railroad crossings and curves. That's on drive two. Drive three, work on turns, multi-lane roads, turning into a multi-lane road from side streets, from driveways, minimal 2 seconds following distance. Okay, exploring heavy traffic situations. Okay, this is round drive three. All of you are a little bit different, but I'm trying to teach you the fundamentals. Okay, I keep going back to this. 9 and 3, 10 and 2, 7 and 5. But some of you follow me are still putting your left hand down to the bottom of the wheel and you're over rotating. Why do you keep showing me you're 3 years old? I told him not to walk across the street and he did, and he almost got hit. 10 years ago, you're 4. If you're 15, 10 years ago, you're 5. So your parents are like, they don't listen. I feel sorry for you. That's what some of your parents say to me. I want to keep going. Drive 4, parallel parking, perpendicular parking, reversing, working on parallel parking with cones. Thank you. To practice the simulated driveway, having them practice backing into a perpendicular driveway. Most parking lots have spaces that are 9 feet wide, 9 feet. On the road test, the space is 12 feet wide. So from drive 1 to 4 is steering. Let's go back to our steering wheel. Hi, Mr. Steering Wheel. Hi, Mr. Your parent. Oh, my brother. He's 21 and he plays football at Michigan. Michigan didn't win the championship. You will develop your style from me, from your mama, from your daddy, from the friend down the street. Okay? One of your classmates already has the style. She's getting ready to take her road test. Ta-da! I'm not going to change that style because that's already in the brain. Okay? So 9 and 3, 10 and 2, different grips. Some of you have very long arms and you're going to get dunked on. Boom! I think I can still touch the rim. Don't get dunked on, bro. Drive 5, expressway. Do multiple entrances and exits. Wow! You sure work hard. Merging on, merging off, merging on, merging off, merging on, merging off. Checking your blind spot. Looking over. It's scary. A lot of times we do all get hit. And you don't see those near misses. But what it does to your instructor, it takes his or her heart. And that love and care starts getting small. And you're like, oh my God, this is life. Okay, you're doing this for you. You do have to change your windshield wiper, and maybe I could buy some and have you guys put them on because we have been driving in the rain, wink, wink, and a few of you have driven in the rain. You have more experience. The windshield wipers on the driver's side car are worn out. The little rubber blade gets cracked and it dries out and it leaves streaks. So in the wintertime, in the fall, when you have snow and ice, Mom and Dad, I can't see. Well, baby, go. Here's the debit card. Go get some windshield wipers and some windshield washer solvent. Huh? What's that? Some of you have even pulled up the hood of the car, so I'm going to show you that. Okay? Putting gas in, oil, windshield wiper, going to the auto parts store. These are things you need to know because you want to become one with the car. You want to become connected. That's what I need you to do, and that comes when you care about the car. I know several of you got a car and you care about that car. I will scratch someone's eye out because their car is really beautiful, nice color. You know who I'm talking to. So you do have to know how to windshield wipers. Usually they hook on or they pop out, right? What's going to be in the test? Everything's going to be on the test. Expressway driving, right turns, left turns, lane changing, yield the right of way, how you merge, pavement markings, driving situations. Your friend has consumed alcohol. What should you do? There are many different driving situations that the test will put you in. There are 80 questions. I over prepare you. We still have another day, and then we're going to go over everything. I want you prepared. It takes work. And if you're willing to put in the work, you're going to be successful. And I do have a review, and I'll slide you that tomorrow. Drive 6 evaluation. I try to evaluate a little bit every time you drive so you're prepared. Okay? It is working. Why? I see some of you adjusting your seat. Put on your seat belt. Adjusting your mirror. Right? Looking at the mirrors. And I feel good. I give you a clap. Other times I cry. You come into the car and you run yellow lights. Or you're 10 under the limit. 10 to 12 under the limit. You're kind of overwhelmed. And I try not to overwhelm you. Well, can you give me an example? We go to a downtown area, there's a carnival. Just cut in front of to get to that parking spot. So I need you to be a defensive driver. Where are we at? Are we in the downtown area? Are we alone in the downtown area? Is there a carnival going on in the downtown area? Some of you are scared of clowns. Some of you are not scared of clowns. I tell you areas they work on. Try to cover this with it. At this drive 6. Express and try to cover this with them. At this point, you should be telling them what to do, not how to do it. I want to continue. I know it's a little bit laggy. Stay with me. Got questions, type them into the chat. That's what I need you to do. I want to continue. If you have car trouble while with students, your car breaks down or doesn't work, it does happen. Stay with me. I know it's a little laggy. I see you. If your car is in danger while driving with a student, please control the situation as much as possible. These are like emergency driving situations, right? If you have a blowout on the expressway, The car catches on fire, right? A truck is getting ready to sideswipe you and push you off the road. Please type in some more questions. Stay with me. Don't rely on surviving. I told you on day one, you have to take that personal responsibility. And when you take that personal responsibility, you will say, you know what, I'm prepared. I'm only going to miss 10 questions. I only miss 5. I will check the test right in front of you, right? That's important. So it's really important that you understand that through good preparation, because I've done this before, I don't want you to get really nervous. I want you to come relaxed, be ready to learn. And once you are ready to learn, you will be more successful. It's okay. We're all getting disconnected. We'll just keep rolling along. So you have to have that mental mindset. And me as a teacher, I prepare from day one with the Kahoot, with the Quizlet, with interactive games to help you elevate. Okay? Because you don't learn your learning style. It's not from me lecturing. It's from you doing interactive, from you doing group work. So I understand that, right? And I try to lay the foundation learning. And if you're in car trouble, you won't get to the side of the road as soon as possible. It's important to create a safe environment at all times. I try to keep a safe environment for my students. It's really important. I want to stay in composure and that's important. Arrange a pickup for the students. The students are number one, not yourself as an instructor. Okay, we have to have our kid a safe driving environment for you. Driving, you're going to get more from it, right? Determine if the vehicle can be driven by you. One time we had a flat tire, a young lady merging on the expressway. She went off to the side, hit some type of debris with the gas station, and then her I had to go tires replaced. You got to take care of your vehicle. And if you take care of your vehicle, you won't have as many breakdowns. But it does take money. It does take money. Text your supervisor and notify them of the situation. So you got to keep composure, even if you did have an accident, even if your motor did blow up, or you did have a flat tire, or you went off the road into the ditch. Okay? Accidents. Drivers must be concerned with the students and their well-being. That's really important. Again, I told you, you can't be selfish. I have to think of all of you first. And that's what good teachers do. They think of you first. Okay, stay with me. 4 minutes. So you want to make sure your students are fine. You have to grab the steering wheel in case of an accident. Watch out for potholes. They are very dangerous. I've talked to you about potholes where they can damage the car, and that can cause you to lose control. You haven't driven enough yet to understand the dangers of potholes, but if you keep running them over, you're going to keep blowing out tires. You're going to keep damaging your rims. So you want to be mindful of that, right? So what to do in a major accident, right? Determine if the condition of you and your passengers. Always call the police. If you have an accident, you have to call the police to get a police report. Your car will not be fixed by the insurance company if there's not a police report. So in case we were involved in an accident, 911, got to call the police. They'll decide who's at fault or what happened. Then whoever is at fault will get a ticket. If we need emergency assistance, an ambulance will be called or your parents will be called. Right, I want to continue. Arrange for the loaner car to be delivered. A lot of huge driver's education companies have backup cars. It's in the summer. Hundreds, if not thousands of kids are driven every day. You're not the only ones. Summer is a huge time for driver's education. Driving, right? Parking, turning. And when we're driving, we see the other student drivers. I'm like, hey, student driver. You're like, he's crazy. I am. I'm crazy for you, right? And you will be valued on Thursday. You're going to have the test. You're going to come in and sit down. Bring a couple of pencils. No ink pen. Okay? We'll have everything laid out for you. You're going to come in and sit down, take that test. You're going to do well. You have 2 hours. Right? I want to continue. If you miss it, fine. just missed drives, there's a $3 charge for missed drives. Missed drive fee must be paid to the main office, and then they'll get it back to the instructor. You're not paying me. Driving instructors are to make sure lecture instructors are aware. If the student is not sure to drive, do not reschedule a missed drive until the fee is paid. So some of you have missed drives. I'm not scheduling more till the fee is paid. So we covered some good information today. Drive cards are only supposed to be filled out in pencil. We know this. Then tomorrow we're going to be doing a true-false worksheet. So you still have work to do. I thought today was high value, high energy. You get in what you put out of the class. We reviewed a lot of information. The essence of driving is turning the steering wheel. 9 and 3, 10 and 2, 7 and 5.